What's up, you vapors? Today's video is going to be on how to do a nickel build in your Lemo drop. Gotta mention this, if you do not own a DNA 40, do not attempt to do this build at all. Don't do it. But if you do own a DNA 40 and you have a Lemo drop, you're going to love this vape, baby. You're going to love it. So right now I got a 0.19 ohm build in this tank, nickel build, obviously using 28 gauge nickel, NI 200 nickel wire. Got her vaping at 430 degrees at 23.5 watts. Oh yeah, and I've got an 80 VG based juice in here. Whew. Full on flavor, baby. Way better flavor I'm getting off this nickel build in the Lemo drop than I do with Kanthal in the Lemo drop. I swear, baby. It's that much better. It really is. Oh my gosh. Every freaking time. The Lemo drop, if you guys don't know what the Lemo drop is, I just reviewed it. Holy shit, fire damn. Hey, guess what? A little foggy. I'm going to go ahead and take you guys down and show you how to do her, and we'll come back and then talk more about her in vapor, okay? Alrighty, so first things first, I got my NI 200 nickel wire. What I'm going to go ahead and do is cut about 8 to 10 inches of this stuff. Next step, I'm going to go ahead and manually straighten this 28 gauge NI 200 nickel wire out through my fingers. I mean, this stuff is soft. Easily moldable, baby. Easily moldable. Now that I got this 28 gauge nickel wire all straightened out, I'm going to be using this Phillips head screwdriver, a 3mm Phillips head screwdriver, to do our wrap today, or do our coil. I'm going to be doing 10 wraps, and it's going to be a standard coil build. And I'm going to go ahead and set it up to where each lead is going to be about 3 inches. 3 inches in length. Straighten the leads out. Okay, see how they're going in the same direction? You actually want it going one in one direction, one in the other direction. So we're going to go ahead and pull this other lead, this outer lead, out one, just so it's going in the opposite direction. Pull those wraps out, space them out a little bit. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, I tweaked it a little bit more. Got them, I mean, super close, but again, they're not touching. This is a standard build, and you want to make sure that your leads are going under in the opposite direction. So the next step is I've taken this coil off of the Phillips head screwdriver, put it on this 3mm rod, or something equivalent to a 1/8 inch drill bit, just to make it a lot easier to work with. Alright, so I've got my Lemo deck, I've got my coil onto this 3mm rod, and what I'm going to do is make sure that the leads are going under in the opposite direction, place that sucker on the deck, and all I'm going to do is trap the leads underneath each screw head. Okay, first this one right here. Go ahead and take this lead, wrap it around, pull it tight, tighten it down, and do the same thing on the other side. Straighten the coil out, lift it up off the deck. Make sure that the coil is over the center of that hole, the air hole below it. Now all we're going to go ahead and do is put pressure on these leads, twist it till each one breaks off. Okay, so here we go. Next lead. Pull the rod out. She's looking good. Alright, so I'm going to be using this Kogan Joe cotton, this Japanese cotton, and it is sandwiched. This stuff is sandwiched. It comes sandwiched, and what I did was I cut a piece 3mm in width. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and twist the end. Insert that bad boy, the twisted end, into the coil, and then just pull her on through. Now, with this nickel build, you see how easy that's going through? That is exactly what you want, and that's why this 3mm in width piece is perfect for it. So we're going to go ahead and clip it about right here. Clip it about right here. Alrighty, so the next step, what I'm going to go ahead and do is pull the cotton up, slide the chamber section over that cotton, and screw her in. Okay, so she should look like that from the top. Okay, and all we're going to do is stuff this cotton down on each side of the deck. Soak it with some juice. Alright, so I got her sitting on my DNA 40, set to temperature control mode, obviously because we've got a nickel build in here, and I got her set to 430 degrees, 21.5 watts, and the build comes out to 0.19. Now, 0.19 may seem a little high, and it is if you're using like an RDA, but for me, and this is all subjective, I prefer like a 0.18 or a 0.19 ohm build, resting build, when I'm using RTAs, when I'm using tanks. So yeah, 0.19, that's what I was going for, at 430 degrees. Let's see how she fires up. Oh yeah, that's what we want. So now we're going to go ahead and fill this sucker up and get to it. So she's all filled up. Now it's time to go ahead and take her back to FaceTime. We'll wrap this sucker up. Whew. So that is how to do a nickel build in your Lemo drop. I hope that helps. This is Rip Chippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.